Stunning truths about ISTJs. With hallmark reliability and rational follow-through, ISTJs represent the third most preferred MBTI kind worldwide. This isn't unexpected. Thinking about following social standards and also living by the publication are frequently desirable characteristics and also actions for these turtles in shells. If you're not an ISTJ, you've probably questioned why George reaches the workplace early each day as well as hasn't taken a personal day in over 10 years. What's wrong with him? Does he even have a life? With such robotic kind summaries floating around offices, the online world, as well as even MBTI overviews and also handbooks, it may come as a shock when ISTJs shock and surpass the various other 15 types with their fast wit, concern, spirituality, and lively disposition. Right here are 4 shocking facts regarding ISTJs that will certainly help you prepare for their ultimate overtaking. Funnybone: the Myers-Briggs Type Foundation defines ISTJs as practical, matter-of-fact, reasonable, and also accountable. Seems much from hilarious, ideal? Believe again. ISTJs leading C has a natural capacity to promptly and silently discover what's out of the common. On the other hand, their supporting Te acts as the cis lackey and will enter into voice and also exaggerate what might not be evident to various kinds. If we're not keen to detect their quick wit, we'll be left saying thanks to or desiring to harm them for explaining our very own stupidness. Take this, for example. An ISTJ, as well as XXFX, stroll right into a bar. There's a sign that reads, "Gift cards sold here." XXFX says, "How nice, we can buy those as gifts for our buddies as well as we can all come here the following week." ISTJ factors at the indication and yells, "Bartender, ID," such as to acquire a present card to Amazon. In his wildly preferred psychological types, Carl Jung defined those who prefer C as obvious for calmness and passivity, or sensible self-constraint. Yet when combining this level-headedness with Te, the number of jokes concerning the setting, political environment, work environment, etc. can highly likely take place forever. While it may be tough to believe, odds are your coworker with the very best one-liners concerning your employer is the early arriving ISTJ, George. They are not as cold as you might think. A colossal minority of ISTJs behave out of patient preference when choosing. According to the MBTI Step 2 User's Guide, 37% of ISTJs like the harmony-seeking accommodating aspect of decision production, which is usually preferred by feelers. Considering that the majority of ISTJs will make choices on the thinking element of questioning, which is the polar reverse of agreeableness and also authorization, these searchings are shocking. The Step 2 User's Guide additionally shows 23% of ISTJs make decisions on the feeling facet of accepting rather than the thinking aspect, critical. This verifies ISTJs can offering praise, showing turtles might accommodate others before taking the lead. While ISTJs usually value logic over harmony, their tertiary phi might be at play in these examples. Phi is understood for securing humankind and also seeking unified remedies to look after one's inner values. Also, though ISTJs choose thinking over feeling, there is a soft spot beneath their covering. Closer to God? According to the Society for Biblical Literature, ISTJs stand for one of the most constant kind among biblical scholars, offering new definitions to preferring life by the publication. Likewise, in research studies done by pastoral psychology as well as mental health, religion and culture, ISTJs are reported as the most commonly preferred type among Roman Catholic priests in the United States, male lay church leaders in Australia, and practicing Greek Orthodox churchgoers in London. Yet there is a twist to this ISTJ godliness. They likewise happen to be one of the most frequently represented types amongst American atheists, also according to mental health, religion and culture. While it's regular for ISTJs to regard the practice as well as ordered frameworks, they might also value verified or clinical logic over beliefs, and customs. While we've found their contradictory touch, stabilizing C and Te is no simple feat. C supports beliefs as well as practices, whereas Te wants effectiveness as well as practical action. This double-edged sword may describe the MBTI manual searchings for that ISTJs are one of the most stood for type to experience severe stress and experience from coronary conditions as well as persistent pain. Work hard, play hard. According to the Tyga's classic Nurture Naturally, the only thing ISTJs despise more than mistake is redundancy. Sense is tossing by the publication for a loophole. Yet it's real. ISTJs can become bored swiftly and are happiest when having something to do. Although ISTJs like introversion, this does not relate to a preference for inactiveness. While it is predictable to see ISTJs hanging out analysis, playing video games, or gardening alone, it is not unusual to see them dancing at a party, discussing with others, and also introducing themselves to brand new individuals and experiences. Yet, what concerning prejudice to practices as well as regulations? ISTJs are not likely to break these. Nevertheless, they will notify their decisions, making use of experiences from the past. C recalls previous occasions, and T uses them to make sensible, efficient choices resulting in workable results. While ISTJs like to follow the rules, this does not imply they prefer the very same technique each day. Nevertheless, brand new experiences produce previous experiences, as well as ISTJs require a complete financial institution of memories for their C to operate as well as prosper. Are you feeling shocked? Don't allow it fester also long. ISTJs will certainly constantly be our reliable, rule-following buddies who make sure we arrive on our feet. Their method is required in a globe loaded with chaos as well as unpredictability. With wit, heat, godliness, and lively mindsets, ISTJs make dependability seem unusual. Perhaps that's why tortoises tend to be the champs we recognize as well as love. A big minority of ISTJs act out of patient preference when making choices. According to the MBTI Step 2 User's Guide, 37% of ISTJs prefer the harmony-seeking accommodating aspect of choice production, which is commonly chosen by feelers. Given that the majority of ISTJs will make decisions on the thinking element of questioning, which is the polar opposite of agreeableness and also authorization, these findings are shocking. Also, though ISTJs like thinking over feeling, there truly is a soft spot underneath their shell. While ISTJs like to adhere to rules, this does not mean they favor the same method each day.